Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Edain mod for Battle Middle-earth 2, The Rise of the Witch King. And today we have perhaps the most difficult challenge I've ever been presented. And, yes, it's going to be very difficult to do. Basically, we have zero, and I'm going to say this now, zero access to any of our elven units. This one unit of elves is all we have. Other than that, the only units we can create are the Dunedain, and we have a special creator here just for this occasion, Strider. I'm going more into Strider and why I chose Aragorn's Ranger persona for this particular thing. I originally was planning it to be Edain, but there's just not enough melee kit in the custom creator hero roster to actually make me want to go for a more hit and miss or something like that. So instead we're going straight into Strider instead, because in Edain the elves ability to create Dunedain is only limited to, well, basically the same as Aided Ring, except for the Great Company. Now, though I don't intend to get Elden and Elro here either, this is definitely a lot more challenging than trying to do it through the perspective of, let's say, for example, what was a good example? Wait, what was I saying again? I don't remember. But yeah, compared to Age of the Ring, this is a lot more difficult because we can only create units from these tents. There's only one recruitment slot per tent. And the only way we can decrease the cost of our infantry instead of building a lot of wells everywhere is we need to build hobbit farms. Oh, we found orcs. Let's bring them down. And I intend to build nothing but office halls in our main base, so we can go with that. Start with the watchtower, just so this building can protect itself. I did start with 1,000 resources, so the AI is not as aggressive in the beginning with 1,000 resources. It will quickly build up. It will very quickly build up. But for now, it is a nice deterrent from an overbearing start. Then get the troop tent, because we want to get Halbarad as soon as possible. I will eventually get Strider. Don't worry, we will see the custom creator here I have created. But for right now, Strider is going to have to wait, because he is not the main point of this video. This is kind of just my way of showing the Ranger hero and then just having it done with, because to be fair, the Ranger hero is perhaps the weakest hero of all of the heroes in the Edain, in my opinion. The first line, the Human of Gondor, Rohan, or the Elf of Imladris, or whatever elf you give the armor of, is actually really good. As I've shown with Bearer 4, you can summon reinforcements, which summoning any unit is really good in Edain, because it just gives you extra throwing points into things. You have a banner, which is a healing post, and let's not deny, having healing anywhere is really good when you don't have it as openly as any other faction. Or, yeah, any faction in the game for this mod. Let's get some more tower up here so we can protect the fortress. So yeah, the purpose of building office halls instead of building Eregion forges is, one, our upgrades don't come from the Eregion forges. They require Halbarad at a certain level. And for now, we don't have Halbarad, so we're going to have to wait a bit. Let's have these Dúnedain run around a bit, see if we can find any settlements we can build on, or enemies to crush, because we can use all of our powers. The only problem is Last Alliance. I am allowed to use Last Alliance, but I can't use Training of the Firstborn, because obviously it only works with Rivendell Barracks or stables. I don't have either. I know, just go straight for this outpost. Second outpost with second Dunedain encampment is going to really put us into a good position to start with. The AI is not doing anything, but believe me, they will. Don't be fooled. The AI will soon move into action. This isn't a map where it's like, oh no, the AI doesn't do anything, so it's an easy victory. No, don't let that the early start be a facade. This is just the beginning. There's far more to come yet. And if we don't get Halbarad, none of our units are going to have upgrades. So yeah, we need Halbarad. Now the reason I was a little skeptical on this idea actually working is, one, as I've already said, Halbarad is the only way you get your units upgrades with the Dunedain. So it's very important that you get him leveled up. But even more than that, the Dunedain on themselves are perhaps not worth their cost. Now I know that might sound a bit weird, seeing that in most mods the Dunedain are amazing. For example, in with the Arnor the Arnor sub-faction for Gondor on Arnor maps, the Dunedain are really good. Rangers of Aphelion are really good. So why is it that the Dunedain for Imladris are really bad when they're a namesake for the faction? And again, it comes to the fact that they cannot get their upgrades without having a certain hero, leveling him up, and making a whole big deal out of him. You can't work without your hero. And that's the only reason why I find the Dunedain very lackluster in Imladris. They used to be a lot better. I feel like they used to be better. They might have changed some things around, I'm not sure. They still feel exactly the same as they used to, because I haven't done enough. I didn't do enough testing with them in the past, so in the future it kind of feels like there wasn't any real change in the first place. But yeah, we'll see if they're actually if they're actually really good or not. We will see. Have some of these Dunedain run. And also another thing, they don't get heavy armor. They only get Forged Blades banner carries, and if they're archers, they get what's the word? Fire arrows. They get fire arrows. But firstly, you need Halbarad level 5 to get banner carries, and then level 7 Halbarad to get Forged Blades or your fire arrow upgrades. Yes, we get siege equipment from here, so it's not a complete loss. It's not impossible to do this kind of thing. However, and this is a big however, because it kind of is the main reason why this is not a good idea. If you're playing on a map that has very few outposts, you can't do this. It is not recommended to try and do this because you just can't do it. You seriously just it cannot be done. Okay, they've built Doggle Door. Let's not let them build another outpost. That would be tremendously bad for us. Kill them all quickly. Heal up our troops. Get some more Dunedain on the way. They're very quick, thanks to their sprint ability, so they should do well. There are quite a few orcs, so we are going to suffer some losses. But with Halbarad now on our side, oh, they've got Castellans. Oh dear. Castellans are a match for our elves. So yeah, we cannot let them get we cannot let Mordor get a second outpost. That would be disastrous. Kill his Castellans quickly. My elves are dying. Come on, kill them. Kill them quickly. There's only two left. Don't worry about the orcs. They're on the way to the base. They won't last long. Believe me, I know. Okay, the Castellans are dead. No, there's not. There's still one left. That's fine. They don't regenerate, I don't think. And yeah, you can already see an army of Dunedain couldn't beat an army of orcs, where Elves of Imladris would have suffered minimal casualties on their own. Oh, and they do regenerate. Okay, we can't let that last. We can't let that stand. Don't let them go anywhere. Kill them all. Kill them all. Okay, we're making good money. We're making good money. Let's get some Dunedain Rangers now. But yeah, those elves lasted so long, but the Dunedain died so quickly. It's mainly because of the poison. It really weakens any light armored troops to dramatic degrees. Oh, I couldn't stop them from taking that outpost, potentially. I don't know if I'd actually stop them or not, but I can't actually let them take it, so we need to push back out again. We've got a good army now. We've got a good army. Get some more command points. And let's also get Aragorn. Strider, whatever you want to call him. Because having him around can make a big difference. As long as they focus Halbarad, that's actually good, because Halbarad can take some good punishment. Even though he's not the best hero, he is still very decent at taking hits, like most heroes can in this mod. Against archers mainly, not everything. Also, with enough Orphis Halls, our heal will keep coming back very quickly. It's why I don't typically go for the Orphis Halls as Imladris, is because you want the upgrades for your elves. But when you can't get the upgrades for elves because you're not building elves, then enjoy the... oh no, they built the second dungeon, did they? Did they? I can't tell. Strider is here. Unfortunately, doesn't have any quotes because apparently the Create Heroes glitched. Doesn't surprise me. There's quite a few glitches that have been popping up in Edain, I've noticed. That's fine. That's fine. No mod is perfect. As long as Halbarad levels up, I don't care. These Dunedain are actually quite cheap when you get enough Hobbit farms, because they reduce the cost of Dunedain by up to 30%. So currently they're only 180 for our basic swordsman. Oh, and that's a troll. We have a troll. Also, incredible range. Even though I haven't pumped up his range at all, he has incredible range. Good old Strider. No, you're fine. Just go on bow stance. Stand near Strider because he's got Aphilus. In fact, Strider go near him. More. Where are all our Dunedain rangers? I see I'm building them, but I'm not actually seeing them. Make sure we have unexpected salvo on cooldown. Try to use Aphilus, heal. There we go, take some rest. Oh, those are some Castellans, kill them. Our archers are the damage dealers. The infantry is meant to be our front line, but unfortunately, very weak front line. Dunedain pikemen might do better. We have 3 power points. I will get detachment from the Shire. I am allowed hobbits. I'm just not allowed. Just not allowed to use any elves. Got the breeze on Manway again. That's good. Those Castellans died really quickly. Yeah, our swordsmen are not the damage dealers. Our archers are. I kind of learned that through the Gulf of Loon custom map. Not custom map, but Easter egg. Yep, heals back again already. Really good. Now we've got level 5. Summons... he speeds up the recruitment of our troops. Unfortunately, we're only at 4 command points. So we'll get more. But we're also at level 5, so we can start getting banner carries for our troops. I mainly want to get them for the archers. They're the only ones that need the upgrades. Because again, they're our damage dealers. Swordsmen, for now, they don't last long enough. They just don't. Aragorn, he's got... anyway, let's talk about Strider. First ability, Aphilus. Obviously, is Aragorn. He's going to have some King's Foil. That good old weed. Then he's got his toggle weapon. He still does have a sword, but he does prefer to use his bow, which is why I also gave him archer specialization. So he does more damage from afar. Because these heroes are incredibly weak. The custom creator heroes of the range are incredibly weak. Don't think they can fool you. They tried to fool me. It didn't work. They are incredibly soft. Let's get ourselves a journey to Valinor. Even though this is an elven power, technically, I can still use it because, yeah. And because we're using the Imladris faction doesn't mean I can't use their powers. I'm not being that restrictive with this challenge because, oh god, it is incredibly difficult to do this with so many restrictions. Anyway, start recruiting infantry and start getting some battering rams to break down this Doggle door. And once his level's up to level 3, we've got a safe place to rest. Or last safe place even, not safe place to rest. That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah, summons Elven Warriors. Technically not recruiting elves, so I can still use it. Come, peasants, we must rise up and fight. Self-summoning archers that go around that side. Yeah, get some banner carriers, I guess. I've got money. Now, let's not actually go near Dol Guldur. Let's stay near the resting place. And if we heal when we're near it, what does it do? Immune to magic and elemental damage, so that removes poison. That's really good for us. He's level 7. Halbarad's now level 7. We can start getting our fire arrows for our archers. And they are expensive. Now, I don't know if actually building Arabian Forges does reduce the cost for our upgrades. It might. But I don't think it's that important to go for that kind of upgrade. I'll just stay near. Oh. And yep, even Halbarad can summon some archers, which I also gave to Edain with his ambush ability, which temporarily summons a ring of archers to fight. Now these battering rams are really good. They're not special like Gondors where they have extra reduction to arrow fire. They're not demolishers. They can't sit and deploy to destroy a big building, big important building. They're just really good. They're just really balanced, in my opinion. Because, one, you need to build an outpost to get them. And to say they cost 200 and only have 10 command points, they're still really good. Never let the cost and the command points of siege equipment fool you in this game, because, yeah. So, such things don't matter anymore with Edain. Having siege equipment is really easy to get, and even cheap, and even more effective than they used to be. Also, if you haven't noticed, taking 0 poison damage. So any battle ram is the perfect killer for a Dol Guldur base. I learned that the hard way many times. Have our battering rams sit in one place, out of the way, as we prepare to build our new encampments. I think I'll go straight for the med camp as well. So yeah, is this a viable strategy? Only with outposts. You don't have an access to an outpost, then you literally have nothing. So yeah, you have to yeah, let's get Tom. Yeah, like I've already said, this is a viable strategy, but again, it only works when you have the prerequisite of an outpost. At least one. Having 2 is great. Getting 3 is amazing, and if you can get all outposts on the map there's more than 3, then you're set. Because then you're doing better than other factions. However, similar to Dol Guldur, they are very easy to break down. They are very easy to break down. Put any siege equipment next to them, and they will just crumble. They are not built to be lasting. You need your army to do the job of protecting your base for you. But if the enemy doesn't build siege equipment, like this Mordor hasn't, quite fortunately, then you'll do really well because the towers that defend the base are really good. Very similar to Dale and Lake Town. But again, like I said, it took me forever to find a good map that I could do this on. And it took me even longer to actually do this right. Because, dear God, it is so difficult. And yeah, as you can see here, this is the best I can muster for a custom created hero with a archer specialization. And even then, it's not that good. And look at that, troll already attacking the base. Try and stop him. Even that didn't stop him. Wow, that's a good troll. Come on, Tom. Oh, I can't stop a troll. Yeah, like I said, very easy to lose these fortresses if you're not careful. And I was not very careful. Let's make sure we build these watchtowers. Very important we build those watchtowers. Is this level 2 or 3 by any chance? It's level 2. Oh, I want to see it level 3. Also, look at this troll. Yeah. I'm still learning the full weakness of Mordor trolls. Obviously, pikemen are a good way to beat them, but only if they actually charge in. If they don't charge in, they're actually very good against them. Is what I've learnt. However, archers are the perfect killers for them. Similar to how it was in Battle level 1. If you want to kill off a troll, you need archers. If you don't have archers, then you're going to have a hard time killing them off. That is the rule. Oh, they're attacking the base with what? Oh, a troll. But yeah, look at that. Those arrows are decimating that troll. That is insane. I'm not sure if they've actually changed that personally, that they take extra pierce damage. But yeah, he just walked through swordsmen and pikes and suffered nearly no damage, that drummer troll. But we shoot with archers, he did. Feels really weird. Don't know about you, but that feels really weird. Got the last pantry. Oh yeah, also another reason why you shouldn't do this in a late game strategy is because, well, unless you build a library, you can't get any of your building upgrades. Your buildings will, your economy buildings will always be level 1, and there's nothing you can do about that. Okay, let's get another ambush. This ambush will be a little bit better than the last one. And now let's go to our encampment here and do nothing but battering rams. Okay, this was a very eventful demonstration. Very eventful. So if you want to use the Dúnedain, you can use them. I don't recommend using nothing but Dúnedain. Always build in Imladris barracks. Always build a library, and always prepare for the worst. If you're on a map like this, you can have some fun with it. I'm not going to deny, I have really enjoyed this, using nothing but Dunedain. But is it the viable strategy that will win you the game as Imladris? No. Because these men are only really good against... There is a reason I chose Mordor, and that's because they have no real late game strategy without Sauron. They can build trolls, they can build Castellans, Morgul Riders, whatever, but they can't really get upgrades, so they're not... if you were to go against a faction like, let's say, the Dwarves, if you have to go against the Dwarves with this kind of strategy, you would lose 100% of the time. Because Dwarven upgrades and bases are incredibly difficult to beat. Yes, your archers are amazing. Yes, they are very difficult to counter. However, this is a very big however. No matter how hard you try, you cannot beat a late game faction like Gondor, Arnor, the Dwarves. You can't beat any good faction with nothing but Dunedain. It can't be done. Evil factions, have at it, because you can have some really good fun with the Dunedain. So if you have all enjoyed this, I'm not sure how long this has been. We're about to have a look. 23 minutes, that wasn't actually that bad. But yeah, in my personal opinion, don't put your hopes in Imladris going with Dunedain. Go Dunedain if you want to have fun. Go Elves if you want to go for a mostly late game strategy. Merge the two together to get a really good combination and a potential 100% chance of victory. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta for now.